Hey guys, it's Doom49 and I'm going to be comparing the Elgato Game Capture compared to the Avermedia Live Gamer Portable. I'm going to be looking at it both on the Xbox 360 and on the PS3. Starting it off here, we're going to be looking at the Xbox 360 with the Avermedia Live Gamer Portable. And you can see that quality looks really good and it is pretty high def and pretty crisp on the colors. Moving on to the Elgato, you can see that it seems to be a little bit washed out on the colors, although the high def quality is still there. Now these are considered to be the best game captures out in the market right now. Both have amazing features to them, both in the software and the hardware. Now the difference by the hardware alone is considered to the Avermedia, where it has an actual portable media output where you can put a memory card into it and record to that rather than recording directly to a PC. The Elgato does not allow you to do that, and I will be reviewing the software later on. But for now, let's look at a freeze frame of the two capture cards together so you guys can see the difference in the quality. Although both are recording via high definition, I think the main difference is the color quality. You can clearly see that the Avermedia has a nicer color difference where you can tell a difference by the contrast. Now, before I move on to the PlayStation 3, I'd like to let you guys hear to the audio and let you guys be able to differentiate between which has a better audio. It seems to me that the audio quality is exactly the same with no real difference. But let's move on to the PS3 now and do the same test we did earlier to see the difference. Starting it off, we are looking at the Elgato Game Capture. Now, moving on to the Avermedia, you can see that it looks like there's no real difference in the color quality. But needless to say, the high def quality is still there. And I wanted to do this review on both a green map and an orange map so that you guys can see the difference in the saturation color. I also want to point out that both these cards are very easy to use, being that there's very little wires used. Now, before I go on, I want to show you guys the audio, and then I'm going to be doing a freeze frame of both together. Again, it doesn't seem like there's any real difference between the audio. But moving on, I'm going to do a freeze frame to let you guys see the differences, but for the most part, what I think is they look exactly the same. And from what I've seen, it seems to be that both record using the component cable for the PS3, except on the Xbox it uses the HDMI cable. So it might be something to do with the Elgato when it comes to recording off an HDMI input, because the exact same HDMI cable was used in both the Avermedia and the Elgato for recording there, and that might be why there was a color difference. But moving on to the software, this is the Avermedia software, and it really seems like you've only got two options between either capture or live stream off of the Avermedia card. Now, you can also be able to tweak any of these settings, being that you can choose between if you're an amateur at doing this, a newbie, or a pro, and there are tons of options for tweaking this. So you can tweak any bit of it in both the audio and the video quality in any way you want. But moving on to the Elgato, we can see that it has multiple options as well. So both these softwares are really good, except the Elgato has a little bit more features in the sense that it will allow you to upload directly to YouTube, and it will allow you to edit the video inside the program itself. Anyway guys, that sums it up. Leave in the comments below what you guys think of this review, and I'll see you guys in the next commentary.